It's 3 in the morning, the house is quiet, the world is asleep, and yet here you are, wide awake, staring at the ceiling. Maybe you glance at the clock, and it's almost the exact same time as last night. If this happens to you, I want you to know 2 things right now. You are not alone, and it is not just old age. There is a real reason your body wakes you at this hour, and once you understand it, it becomes so much easier to gently fix. Stay with me, because the 4th reason is the one almost nobody suspects, and it may be sitting in your own evening routine. Here's what's really going on. Our sleep is not one long, flat block. It moves in cycles, and in the first half of the night, we get most of our deep, restorative sleep. But in the second half, in those early morning hours, our sleep naturally becomes much lighter. Now, here is the part that matters after 60. As we age, we spend even less time in deep sleep, and more time in that fragile, easily broken light sleep. So a small thing that wouldn't have bothered you at 40, a little noise, a full bladder, a quiet worry, is now enough to pull you all the way awake, right around 3 in the morning. The good news? Almost every cause of this is something you can gently adjust. Let's walk through them one by one. The first reason is a quiet stress signal from your own body. In the early morning hours, your body naturally begins to raise a hormone called cortisol to gently prepare you to wake up for the day. That's completely normal. But if you're carrying stress, worry, or anxiety, that cortisol can rise too early and too sharply, and it jolts you awake around 3 or 4 in the morning. And then the racing thoughts begin, which makes it even harder to drift back off. What to do instead? Don't fight the thoughts and don't reach for your phone. Instead, try slow, deep breathing, in through the nose for 4 counts, out for 6. This gently tells your nervous system that you are safe and lets that stress signal settle back down. The second reason is hiding in plain sight in your own bedroom. Remember, in the early morning, your sleep is very light, which means even the smallest disturbance can wake you. According to the Cleveland Clinic, even a little bit of light, the glow from a street light, a charging phone, a bright clock, signals to your brain that it might be daytime and nudges you awake. The same goes for small noises. What to do instead? Make your bedroom as dark and quiet as you gently can. Consider blackout curtains or a comfortable sleep mask and turn any glowing screens away from the bed. A little darkness can protect that fragile early morning sleep. The third reason is one many people over 60 know all too well: waking up needing the bathroom. Doctors call this nocturia, and it's a very common cause of those 3 a.m. wake-ups. Often it isn't the bladder alone, it's what we drink in the evening. Fluids too close to bedtime, and especially caffeine or alcohol, all push your body to wake you up. What to do instead? Try to enjoy most of your fluids earlier in the day and gently taper off in the 2 hours before bed. Keep sipping water during the day so you stay hydrated. Just shift the timing earlier so your body can rest through the night. And here is number 4, the one almost nobody suspects: that relaxing evening drink. A glass of wine or a small nightcap feels like it helps you fall asleep, and at first it does make you drowsy. But here's the hidden trap. As the alcohol wears off in the middle of the night, it fragments your sleep and pulls you out of those deep, restful stages, waking you up, very often right around 3 in the morning. So the very thing you thought was helping you sleep is quietly the reason you're awake. What to do instead? If you enjoy a drink, have it earlier, with dinner, and give your body a few good hours to clear it before bed. In the evening, switch to something soothing and caffeine-free, like a warm cup of chamomile tea. The fifth reason surprises people because it happens hours before you even go to bed. What you do during the day shapes how you sleep at night. Two things in particular can set you up for a 3 a.m. wake-up. The first is a long afternoon nap, which quietly steals from your nighttime sleep. And the second is too little natural light during the day, which leaves your body clock confused about when it's truly time to rest. What to do instead? Keep naps short and early, no more than 20 minutes, and get some real daylight in the morning, even a short walk outside or sitting by a bright window. A well-set body clock is one of the best gifts you can give your sleep. Now, before we finish, here is the gentlest tip of all, for that moment when you do wake up at 3. The experts at the Cleveland Clinic say this: if you've been awake for more than about 20 minutes, don't just lie there, tossing and turning and watching the clock. That only teaches your brain to link the bed with being awake. Instead, get up calmly, go to another room with soft, dim light, and do something quiet and a little boring. Read a few pages of a gentle book, or simply breathe slowly. And whatever you do, keep the bright screens away. When you feel sleepy again, go back to bed. This one small habit can break the 3 a.m. cycle for good. So there you have it. An early stress signal, light and noise in the room, late-night fluids, that evening drink that backfires, and your own daytime habits. All quiet reasons your body wakes you at 3 in the morning, and each one something you can gently set right. And please, remember this: you don't have to fix everything all at once. That never lasts. Just choose one of these to soften this week. Notice how you feel, and when you're ready, try the next. Small steps add up to peaceful nights. Now I'd love to hear from you. What time do you usually wake up in the night? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this was helpful, please subscribe and join our community, where every week we share simple science-backed tips for living healthier and stronger after 60. Sleep well tonight and take good care of yourself. This video is for general educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always talk with your doctor before making changes to your sleep, diet, or health routine, especially if you have a health condition or take medication. If your sleep problems continue, please speak with a healthcare professional.